Doing everything right can be the fastest way to stay broke, because the rules you're following were written to keep you productive, not wealthy. You study hard, collect grades like trophies, graduate, and trade your curiosity for a job title that sounds safe but feels like a collar. Then sign your first contract and feel proud until you realize the contract owns your weekdays. Your paycheck lands each month like a pizza delivery, warm, satisfying, and gone within minutes once everyone takes a slice. You wonder, how can I work this much and still feel behind? While bills line up like creditors outside a locked door. You are not lazy. You are running a script, and the middle-class script is a maze that looks logical from the inside. In this maze, the signs point to school, then job, then mortgage, then car loan, then retirement, then repeat, while the exit sign is always later. Every choice is sold as responsibility, but responsibility without ownership is just obedience with better branding. Picture a stick figure on a hamster wheel, sprinting for a cheese-labeled stability, while the wheel spins faster every year. Because your salary is not a ladder, it's a treadmill, and the speed is set by inflation, debt, and lifestyle pressure. Inflation is the invisible giant pumping a balloon until it squeezes you against the wall. Your raise feels like a tiny umbrella, but the storm is a flood, and the water level rises even while you celebrate. Now add taxes, fees, and subscriptions, little leeches on your income that drain you dry. Think of your paycheck as a glass of water, and your spending as 10 straws. Rent, food, transport, debt, gadgets, insurance, convenience, social pressure, repairs, and impulse. Most people try to solve a leaking glass by pouring faster, so they work longer, hustle harder, and trade health for overtime. But extra effort doesn't fix bad math. It just makes you tired enough to stop questioning the math. Here's the first hard truth. The system rewards ownership, not effort, and it pays the highest returns to people who control assets. Owners get paid when customers buy, when markets rise, when rents come in, when royalties hit, and when software runs without them. Employees get paid when they show up, stay compliant, and don't miss too many days, which is why burnout is not a bug, it's a feature. The second cage bar is debt, because debt is future income already promised to someone else before you even get to touch it. Good debt can be a lever, lifting a boulder if the boulder produces cash. Bad debt is a chain you drag that grows heavier each month. A mortgage can be a tool or a trap, depending on whether the house is sized for your cash flow or sized for your ego. A car is usually a trap on 4 wheels. It starts depreciating the moment you sit down, yet it keeps charging you to exist. Consumer debt is a credit card vampire. It sucks a little every month, then laughs as interest multiplies the bite.
Middle-class script whispers, "It's fine, everyone has payments." Like payments are a normal part of adulthood. But payments are not normal. They are simply normalized. And normalization is how prisons get decorated into living rooms. Now watch the psychological trick. The script sells you symbols of success. Big home, shiny car, expensive lifestyle, so you feel rich while becoming poorer. It's like buying a golden cage and calling it a palace, because the bars look nice from the outside. The mechanism behind the trap is simple. Most middle-class goals are liabilities dressed up as trophies. A liability is anything that pulls money from your pocket every month without putting money back in, like a hungry pet that never grows up. An asset is a worker that pays you, appreciates, or saves you time at scale, like a small robot that brings you coins while you sleep. If you can't tell the difference, you'll spend your entire life collecting trophies that eat your cash. This is why people earning good salaries still live paycheck to paycheck. High income with high liabilities is just a bigger cage. So you need a simple test. Will this thing pay me, or will it demand I pay it? The escape key is cash flow, because cash flow is oxygen, and without oxygen you can't think, plan, or invest. Once you have breathing room, compounding becomes your engine, the snowball rolling downhill that starts small, then becomes terrifyingly powerful.
Compounding is slow at first, which is why most people quit. They plant seeds and complain the next morning that there's no forest. Debt also compounds, and that's the dark snowball rolling toward you, gaining size while you pretend it's just a temporary phase. So stop asking how much do I earn and start asking how much do I keep and what does it become while I sleep? Look at two neighbors with the same salary. One buys a bigger car, the other buys a small index fund every month. 10 years later, they live in different worlds. The first neighbor has a driveway trophy and a calendar full of overtime. The second has options, because options are what assets buy. The middle-class script teaches you to chase comfort first, but wealth is built by discipline first, then comfort later, on your terms. To escape, you need a new script. Build a salary defense system, then stack assets like bricks in a wall that protects your future. Step 1. Audit your money like a detective, because you can't fight an enemy you refuse to name. Write down every expense for 30 days, then label each one: survival, investment, convenience, ego, or invisible leak. Invisible leaks are the worst. Fees, forgotten subscriptions, interest charges, late penalties, and small purchases that turn into big floods. Cut leaks before you cut joy. Remove the parasites first, not the hobbies that keep you human. Step 2. Break the chain called toxic debt, because every high-interest balance is a landlord living inside your bank account. Choose a strategy. Avalanche, the highest interest first for speed, or snowball the smallest balance first for morale, and move weekly. Each debt you kill is a padlock you remove from your future, and the sound of that click is worth more than a new gadget. Step 3. Build a shock absorber, because life is not a straight line. It's potholes, surprises, and sudden storms. An emergency fund is your financial airbag. It turns a crash into a bruise instead of a disaster. Start with 1 month of essential expenses, then build toward 3. If your income is unstable, aim for 6 and sleep better. Step 4. Automate your wealth, because willpower is a weak employee and routine is a strong one. Set an automatic transfer the day you get paid, a fixed percentage into investing before spending gets a vote. Use simple, diversified, low-cost funds if you want boring reliability, or build a business asset if you want higher risk and higher control. Either way, your money should have a job description, not a freedom to wander into your shopping cart. Step 5. Upgrade income with leverage, not exhaustion, because grinding harder is like rowing against a motorboat. Leverage means systems, skills, code, capital, and distribution. Things that multiply your output without multiplying your hours. Pick one high-value skill that travels across borders and industries: sales, negotiation, writing, data, design, engineering, or management. Do not chase 10 skills. Master one, then stack the next only after the first pays. Practice it until it pays you more per hour. Then protect that rate like a bodyguard protects a VIP. Buy assets before upgrades, because upgrades impress people for a weekend and stress you for a decade. An asset can be a portfolio, a rentable property with real cash flow, a digital product, a service business with repeat clients, or equity in a growing company. Start small and consistent. Invest monthly, build one offer, ship one product, acquire one customer, then repeat. Think of it as planting seeds every month, because the harvest doesn't care about your mood. Step 7. Defend your bucket from hidden taxes and fees, because a single % lost every year becomes a lifetime of missing money. Negotiate interest rates, avoid unnecessary charges, and learn the basic rules of your local tax system so you stop donating by accident. Step 8. Raise your financial standards, because the script is not just money, it's identity and social pressure. Stop buying approval in the form of brands, because brands don't love you back and they don't pay dividends. Choose a circle that celebrates freedom, not consumption. Otherwise, you'll keep upgrading your cage to match theirs. Now the reality check. Nobody is coming to rescue your finances, and hoping is not a plan. Your boss is not your retirement strategy, your government is not your emergency fund, and your diploma is not a lifetime warranty. If you keep following the middle-class script, you will keep getting middle-class results. Stress, payments, and dreams pushed to someday. But if you rewrite the script, the same 10 years can turn you from a runner on a wheel into a builder with a machine. 10 years of leaks becomes a desert. 10 years of compounding becomes a forest, and you get to choose what grows. Today, close one leak, attack one debt, and start one asset before your next paycheck arrives and the old script tries to grab it. Because the trap is not your income. The trap is your default settings, and defaults only change when you change them on purpose. Break the script, build the system, stack assets, and let your money finally start working harder than you do. Starting now, not next month, and not when it feels easy.